Well, Steve, you always like when you score a lot of runs. That makes it easier on a team and a manager, coaching staff, all that. I thought Liriano was really, really good. And we just did some really good things offensively. And Benoit came in. The game was still in check there. Got the big double play. A nice play by Eddie over there at first base. So, a lot of good things. Well, just really a well played game.
John, the last time you guys were facing Mitchell, you had a similar situation to the second there, 2 on, nobody out, Travis up, and there was no bunt that time, but there was the bunt this time. What was the change in thinking there?
I got tired of listening to you people, and I was hoping like hell we didn't score, so I could throw it back at you. No, really. Right then, I thought, you know what, we're up 2. Let's try to put the wood to him a little bit, get something happen. And it turned out, after Dev's first attempt, he clutched up and got the other big one down. So, I think it's definitely a misconception that I'm anti-bunt. That's for damn sure. But there's certain times you need it, and I figured, this point in the season, that particular situation, turn over to the big boys coming up, our RBI guys. So.
When Liriano came over here, he had a 5.5 ERA. What did you realistically expect from him when he arrived?
John, I don't think I can answer that. He's been very successful. He's always had one of the better arms in baseball. I saw him as a young kid in Minnesota. Loved him. He's one of those guys that could always dominate teams, and he really hasn't lost a whole lot. But his issue that would get him in trouble, if he loses his own a little bit. But he's also a guy that he can strike guys out. He can roll double plays because he gets ground balls and things like that. But that's even tonight you said there was times he got he fell out of it a little bit. But I got some big outs. And but to be honest, really no expectations on my part other than we knew the guy still had a good arm. And you're hoping he comes over and does what Grilly and Benoit and those guys when they came over here. Things just took off for him. So, and you look at what he's done since he's been here. He's thrown the ball very, very well. But he's not a guy that's going to go out there and he's going to walk a couple guys a night. That's just who he is. Certain guys do that because he's got a live fastball. He can get a little strong with his delivery and fall off, a lot like Cecil. But he can strike you out too. He can get some big ground balls. So he's a good competitor.
John, forgive a fashion question, but Josh Donaldson was hard to miss tonight. What did you think of the white high tops and the knee socks?
Yeah, you mean Johnny High School? Oh, yeah, it looked a little odd, the short pants. Yeah, I hadn't seen that. When he turned that double play with Eddie in the 7th, he was kind of blinding when he was coming across the bag, with the. But hey, whatever works.